Yo, it's your boy AO, host of Lakers for Life Live. Got my boy Shay on the beat to
What's
help me do
good?
the show. What's good? What's good? Been a minute.
We are
We
lit.
we are lit. We did it. Hey, the Lakers handle business. They took game one of this series. I'm hyped. That was a lit game. That was a lit game. We're gonna break all of it down, all the good moments, all of the moments we can improve on. But the Lakers are up 1-0 in round one of the playoffs. Shay, man, give me your initial thought of the game, man. Give me your initial thought of the game and what you thought of it, man.
They did their job. Just point blank. Everybody stepped up. You didn't have to rely on LeBron needing to score 30, that's crazy for us in the long run. Like the whole team was gelling, everybody was locked in, everyone knew their role. DA had a monster game. Like he's playing better than he's playing as good as all the good bigs. Like he did his job. Like he
DA had
made it very tough for Shingun today. He's hitting buckets, rebounding, playing defense, and everybody was locked in. Everybody, all nine players in the rotation. Like even guys who didn't play shoot as well, or like Jackson Hayes, he still gave solid minutes. He still fought, and everybody was fighting. So
that's
this
that's
was a big win,
big
huge.
win, big win for the morale. The Lakers beat the Rockets 107-98. They go up 1-0. We got news that KD wasn't going to play uh, right before the game. We heard he had a knee contusion and didn't know what to make of it. They said he was questionable. And it turns out it's a little more serious than questionable because it's game one of the playoffs. Even if you have little nicks, bumps, bruises, you play in that game, man. And I think it was imperative that the Lakers take advantage of that opportunity with KD not playing in the game, which
Yeah,
was
you have
huge. But I think let's get down into the stats. We'll go through the game. And if y'all new to the channel, it's Lakers for Life. It's for fans, by fans. We appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're coming from YouTube. Hit us at World of AO, at Shay on the Beat on X. Again, our mantra is like it or hate it, drop a comment and debate it. So please share your thoughts in the chat. We got a lot to cover. And we want to hear from you. There's no bad thought. Let's get into it. So again, the Lakers beat the Rockets 107-98. And the big takeaway for me is to kind of big picture is we're up 1-0 and we took advantage of an opportunity. And the team rose to the occasion. And like you said, we didn't need a Herculean hero brawn effort. I mean, let's start with I'd say let's start with the role players right now. And the first player we got to get into is our guy, Luke Kennard. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 for 13 from the field, 5 for 5 from 3, 4 for 6 from the free throw line, 3 turnovers. But hey, man, what a Laker playoff debut. What a Laker playoff debut from Luke.
He's locked in. That was 27 is crazy against a good defense. I think Amen was guarding him
Yeah,
a lot of
started
the
the
game
game off
too.
on him.
Like that's scary to have a player like that. 100% we have to sign him back next year. You can't let a guy like that go. Literally, if he's locked in like this, playing like this when he comes off the bench, that high motor, our second unit gets crazy when AR and Luca comes back, and I think that's just scary. I think he's been truly unlocked, like his full potential, like not even just like his potential for his team, but like his potential as like a player, as a basketball player. Like this is what he was born to do. This is what he knows he's capable of doing, and we're the first team where he's had that opportunity. That's because of JJ. That's all
Yeah,
100% because of JJ.
we'll get into JJ for sure, but I think the biggest question with Luke was he's been having recent success, great play, especially taking on more of a primary ball handler role and having to extend his offensive play with Luca and AR out. And there were questions. Hey, can he rise? He's typically been a, guy that isn't a volume shooter. He's a guy that takes great shots. He has IQ, but can he expand his game? I had a clip that I posted the other day of there are players that are what they are and they're capped out and they're going to do what they're going to do despite the situation, even if players are injured. And then there's players that rise to the occasion and expand their games. And if you would have asked me at the beginning of the year, I didn't know if Luke Kennard was that type of player, but he's definitely shown he's more than just a 3-point sniper. What's that been like? What's that been like watching it for you, man? Like, like seeing Luke's rise from just sniper to what he's doing now.
I mean, you started to see it a little bit though when he came in the first couple games. Like, if you notice the games where he wasn't necessarily shooting threes, right? He was getting to his midi. He was creating his own look. He was doing shit just not off the catch and shoot. Like, you could see, like, okay, he's a hooper. Like, he kind of has a bag. He plays with control. He plays with the calmness. Like, he doesn't get flustered. And like that's the Duke basketball. Like, he's a dog. Like, you could see it in the beginning. It's just fully unleashed now. Like, obviously the circumstances call for it, but he's always been able to do it. Every team has just made him into a catch and shooter. Like, he's always been limited in his role based on who he's been matched up with, who his personnel is. And like, you could see it in the beginning that he was more than a shooter.
Yeah.
And it was like, we're always like, oh, we want you to like shoot every shot, but like, he makes the right play.
He does.
That is super important to any basketball team and any 8-man rotation, 9-man rotation. Like, this is a guy you can trust with the ball in his hands to do something with it.
Yeah, I completely agree. His IQ has been at an elite level. And, Braun loves to play with high IQ players. And he's shown, like you said, he can get to the midi. He can create looks. He can finish at the rim, which has been surprising to me. And he's not scared of the moment. And when you're in playoff circumstances, high stakes games, you need players that you have confidence in. Every time Luke shoots, I feel like that thing's going to go in. Every time. It don't matter what the look is.
I mean, he's the best shooter in the game, right?
Like, best shooter in the game, percentage-wise. And I think they said it on the broadcast. Like, I would much rather, instead of him being a controlled shooter, 4 attempts a game and making 2 for 4 and having a high percentage, if he's shooting 7-8 times a game, but his 3-point percentage is 38-39%, beautiful. I mean, he shot 100 today, 5 of 5, which he broke the game open in the second half. Like, his shooting and the way he was getting to his spots really broke the game open. And it's just been amazing to see us getting dividends from a player, because you always know about the Lakers curse, right? Player comes that's supposed to be a 3-point shooter and just tanks it, sells it, a la our dude Gabe Vincent. And I know you saying it, you've said it, and a couple of my buddies have said it. There's a lot we can say about Rob Pelinka, but man, Rob this fool for Gabe Vincent, Mr. Cardio himself, in a second-round pick, and he just won us a playoff game. That is wild, and I don't think we can sweep that under the rug. I have my opinions about Rob, but he cooked with that one, boy. He cooked.
Rob deserves all the credit. I think Gabe Vincent got 2 rebounds in his playoff debut. So I mean, with the Hawks. So I mean, we 100% won that trade. Got a guy like, and not every team can maximize a guy like this' potential. Clearly, we've seen it with other teams. So like, this was the perfect fit for him. He's under a coach who understands his game. Like, JJ was more than a shooter too, and people categorize him in that. But dude was a dog. He can do a lot of other things, and they're breaking that mold. I mean, you have fucking him, Austin Reeves. Like, these are guys who have broken that mold and play freely. When you play freely, you play in a rhythm. Now those catch and shoots are different. Like that, yeah,
it's dangerous. It's dangerous. The catch and shoots are different. And when you have role players hitting their shots, it makes us that much harder to guard, especially a team that's led by LeBron, who we'll get into. But the biggest thing was we know they're going to put pressure on Braun. We know they're going to be blitz LeBron. We know LeBron is a savant, though, on the offensive end. He knows how to control a half court offense in a team and get players involved. They just need to do their job and knock down their shots. And Luke Kennard, who was our leading scorer today, did his job. And at that point, the defense is shifting now at this point because you have LeBron, who's a savant on the ball, and you got a guy that is not just a sniper, he can make a play. And if that carries through to this series, even with Luka and AR out and KD back, that's going to be the difference in this game. And I thought
think about that on the defensive side. Like you talked about how LeBron can, like, you get a kick out to a Luke Kennard. Now Luke Kennard can pump fake, get the guy off his feet, dribble, bring in more defenders. Now you're getting like a kick out to like a Rui or another shooter. Like that type of that. Now it doesn't feel like we lost Reeves, to be honest. Yeah. Like he filled in that gap to where it's like, okay, we're just missing Luka, and Braun is playing the same way he would if Luka was on the, like, that's the crazy part of this. Like he didn't force anything. Like it goes back to Braun. Braun played a perfect game and just trusted everybody, got everybody's confidence through the roof. And that's what's special about LeBron James. Like, which is like he won't get as much credit. I mean, everyone hates on him for all types of things, but to be fair, look how he had 8 assists in the first quarter. That alone, he empowered every player on the team. It was like, all right, they're gonna find you. You got to hit your shots. And by doing that, everybody was locked in. Ayton, Rui played great basketball. He was hitting his buckets. Marcus Smart played a great game. Jake LaRavia, he hit some shots. Like everybody was locked in, and it starts with LeBron.
It does. It does. Let's go to LeBron before we get into a couple of the role players who I think expanded their games today as well too. But LeBron James, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists on the night, 2 steals, 1 block, 9 for 15 from the field. Only 2 turnovers on the night. And like you said, he played, I think, a perfect game. Let the game come to him. In that first quarter, 8 assists. And that's huge. When you have your star player, your alpha, who's everyone's expecting, you need to pull the game. You need to make the plays. You need to be the number one. You need to get the Lakers through this series. To empower your team, and the team was ready to shoot today. You only get assists if your team's making buckets. But to empower the team and then to take over, in that fourth quarter, make big plays. He only had 19 points on the night, and that gives me a lot of optimism when we get on to our takeaways of the game. But I thought he played a fantastic, fantastic game. And the empowerment to the role players, I think, was the biggest unlock of this game. It wasn't just his stat line, which is great, near triple-double. And the scoring, we may have wanted a 30-point effort, but the fact that he unlocked the confidence of his teammates. We can do this. We can do it shorthanded. I know Luka's not here. I know AR's not here. We can do this. That's big.
Huge. It's huge.
So, I mean, with LeBron James doing what he did, a player that I want to give his flowers today because he's gotten an indictment all year. We've seen ups. We've seen a lot of downs. We know that when he's locked in, it directly correlates to winning. And that is Mr. DeAndre Ayton. 19 points, 11 rebounds, 8 of 10 from the field, 3 from 3 from the free throw line. Had some turnovers, but he looked strong today. He looked ready to make a play, to be aggressive. And I thought his defense on Şengün was huge. Like, you just saw him locked in from the tip. And if we get that DeAndre Ayton and he's this empowered, it takes us to another level.
And he's the key. He's the X factor. Like, and he won that matchup tonight. Like, Şengün, he had his moments, but Ayton was all over the place. And that type of effort, that type of play, and he's locked in. He's locked into his role, like, and he's showing it. Like, he showed it game 1. Like, he's been in the playoffs before. He's been in the finals. He has that experience, and he's hungry. Like, and he understands how big his impact is.
And that's the biggest thing.
He delivered.
We know when his mind's on right and he's focused and he's coming ready to play, it directly correlates to the Lakers winning basketball games. And I mean, for everyone, Şengün went 6 for 19, 31% from the field, which, DeAndre played a good part in that. Um, and I thought it was just a great Laker playoff debut for him, too. And DeAndre Ayton, great, 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 great game. I mean, to round out, Rui Hachimura hit some big shots, 6 for 10 from the field, had 14 points. This is big, though. Rui Hachimura had 3 steals and 2 blocks. He had 5 stocks. When have you seen that in a game from Rui Hachimura? Like, the scoring's one thing, and he gave us 14 points, but the 3 steals and 2 blocks, he definitely, and that was one of our biggest keys to the game is, can Rui, along with Ayton, bring physicality? Can he be strong on the defensive end? We know we've asked him to do this consistently since he's been a Laker. But the fact that he did that in game 1 and leaned into it, took it seriously, I thought that was huge.
No, it was massive. Like, I think even in the last 5 games to end the regular season, like, he's been killing. His shots going down, he's confident. Like, it's scary when you have Rui hitting shots and confident when he's shooting, and then playing defense on top of it. Like, what more can you ask for? And at the end of the day, he wants to come back and be a Laker next year. And
it's going to be,
and he's the one that actually, he knows it too. You're like, there's no guarantee you're gonna stay. Like, I don't know what the future is for him as a Laker. Like, but if he can fill in the gap that LeBron has, a little bit of that, I don't know. Maybe he's making a good case to stay. I know what's been 4 seasons with us.
Yeah, just about. And, we've always asked, he's another guy that I was like, is he a playoff riser? He's consistent. He knows his role. He gets to his midi, which was automatic. The biggest thing for him in terms of rising was the defensive end. And yeah, he didn't have 2 rebounds. He only had 2 rebounds today, but just being physical, it's big blocking out. And you have to do it. We'll get into what Houston still did and was able to do because they're elite at it. But 3 steals and 2 blocks from him, I thought was fantastic. And if we can get that defensive lock-in from Rui, then you have to take a serious look at him. But, we got to see it for the full series. And if he can lock in this way, especially when KD comes back, that's going to be his assignment. That's going to be his assignment. He's got to take that personally and lock down or make it as difficult as possible for KD when he comes back. But I thought he was aggressive today. I hope we see more of that in game 2. I mean, to round it out, Marcus Smart, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 5 for 12 from the field, which we expect. Was only 1 for 5 from 3, but hit a big one. 50% from the free throw line, which I did not like. We'll get into that in our game takeaways. But it was interesting. What I will say is Marcus Smart was -5 on the night. Everyone was a positive plus minus. Marcus Smart, interestingly enough, was a -5. And I don't like plus minuses completely, but when it's that like explicit, when you're a -5, it's something to talk about. And I thought he had a better second half than maybe a first half, but that's interesting.
I mean, it's like, what got him that -5? Like, some of the like dumb turnovers, or I don't know.
It could have been the end of second quarter run that Houston made, or when they made a couple runs he was a part of. And I think
he played a great game. Like, he still played a great game.
I thought he had big moments. He had a couple takes to the basket that were big.
What, 8 assists?
8 assists as a secondary playmaker. That's huge.
That is crazy.
A lot of buckets or a lot of passes to Ayton on the lob, and he was getting him involved. So if you can win a game by 9 where Marcus Smart is the only player that's a -5, and we have to dig into what the lineups were in that time, but that's optimism going forward because we know he's the anchor to our defense. And if he's on point, he was taking the Reed assignment. Reed Shepherd had to, up his volume. He didn't shoot particularly well. He had 17 points today, 8 assists, but only shot 30% from the field. And Marcus Smart was on him a lot of the times. A lot of the times Reed Shepherd didn't score, and we'll get into Vando as the last role player. But I think if Marcus Smart's -5, we can dig into that he's still our defensive anchor. And I think if he can, I think there's an opportunity for him to play better. Can he
Yeah.
be more efficient on the offensive end? He got into a little bit of he got a couple early foul calls, but Marcus Smart is still the defensive anchor, and I think that's a place for optimism. But 15-8 is fantastic play. And then Jared Vanderbilt,
He
3
needs
points.
to hit his three though. Sorry, he needs to hit his threes.
Yeah,
Like the first half, it was like you're talking we're up 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, like when it could be 12, 13, 14, like you hit those big threes. So that's really for him. That's just a big part of. But that's Marcus Smart. That's what you get out of it. If he's hitting, he's hitting. If he's not, you just hope it's not like in the regular season when he took those terrible shots. Then you know what I mean. So
he also had 5 turnovers on his night, and it's again Marcus Smart doing Marcus Smart things.
So there's your plus minus right there, like your -5, like 5 turnovers, like though that moment, I think it was like you said, the end of the second, we turned it over like 3 or 4 times in a row to end the quarter, and to go down 2, we were up by like 8. So I mean, yeah, that was a bad stretch.
And our biggest Achilles heel is going to be how we turn the ball over. I mean, we had 18 turnovers on the night, which is a lot. It's something that we need to control. And we'll get into the game takeaways right now. I just want to give Vando a shout out. Was in the rotation, 18 minutes, 3 points, 5 rebounds, was a +4. But I think he wreaked havoc. And a lot of Reed Shepherd and the stuff that, him going 30% from the field, I thought Vando mucked it up. And I think he has an opportunity to continue mucking it up against the Houston Rockets, even with KD back. Vando, like as much as Rui's defense and Ayton controlling the boards is an X factor, I think Vando is that player that can cause chaos, especially against a team that doesn't have a true floor general or ball handler. You need guys like that are going to pressure the ball and get the team into late shot clock possessions, which was another big takeaway, a key for me at the beginning of the game. But Vando, man, how do you see? He hit a 3 today, which was dope. How do you see? Where do you see Vando kind of fitting in, and what do you want to see from him as the series continues?
I mean, it's just defense and rebounding. Like he gets on the boards. You saw he gets big boards. Like, and he plays physical. The thing about with Houston, they have a lot of length, size. They're physical. So we need more guys that are physical like that, and that's where Vando is going to thrive. Like in this series particularly, like he's needed. We need him in his minutes. He's critical for our second unit. And we talked about like the lineup that is with, if it's like Vando, Jake, Smart, Ayton, and Braun against Houston, like it gets dirty. That lineup can get dirty, and if you can get those stops and then get buckets with Braun and DA, like you have potential to really be nasty on the defensive end and match their physicality and make it tough for them, especially when KD is back. And that's the thing. It's like when you look at a team like this, you can figure out how to stop KD. You can game plan, and when you there's a way around it. They don't have shooters like that.
No, and
that's their downfall. And we can match their physicality. I believe that we have the size. We're not a small team. And
we're not.
It's just when Luke is in, they hunt him, and even if he plays off a man is attacking him full force. He's not going to stop anything. But like we can match them physically, which is dope and scary for them.
It's scary, and I think Vando is that player. And I mean, when you have that kind of banshee lineup that's meant to play defense, and we can start to get into the game takeaways. I think JJ had the right intention. I think in my notes it was Smart. It was Smart. It was Vando, and it was, I believe, Laravia with Hayes. And that was in the non-LeBron minutes where I think JJ was kind of going, okay, we're not going to have scoring per se. And I think Luke Kennard was in that lineup just to be one scoring threat. But if we can play defense and just continue to keep Houston at bay with the defense, we can make things happen. And when LeBron gets back, we can get back to that scoring mix. I think the intention was there, but in that second quarter, it kind of fell apart. And I think Hayes wasn't the best today. He fought, and I think he was playable, but he just needs to clean up certain things. He
Just fouling too
Shangoon
much.
kind of pump faked him on the couple times on those slow pump fakes. And it was just kind of like you got to think. You got to have a little bit more IQ in the moment. But I saw what JJ was trying to do with Vando in that lineup, and I think it could be that Banshee lineup that you were talking about that allows us to get rebounds and get out in transition. I think
But
that's
I
how.
don't think that lineup should have Hayes in it
Yeah,
because Aiton brings you that scoring still. Like
yeah.
you need that. Like Hayes can't like lob there. Like who's throwing lobs to him in that lineup? You know what I mean? Hayes becomes irrelevant in that lineup. So like when you have those three, Aiton becomes an offensive player that you can have, and then you put Braun in there. Now you can run a lot of different type of sets. And Marcus Smart, if he's assisting like that, and if he can be aggressive, get to the basket, you can do something. You're gonna run in transition, and you're gonna get stops, and you're gonna play physical. So
That's
that's a good
huge.
lineup to have for like a few minutes.
Braun, Smart, Laravia, Vando, and Aiton. You got Braun as your floor general. You got a bunch of defenders, and I think as much as good as Braun is, and I think he's a fit for that lineup. I think if you ran Kennard, Laravia, Vando, Smart, and Aiton in the non-LeBron minutes, that allows them to give a release valve offensively. You still have defenders to kind of get after it. And in Laravia, Vando, and Smart. And then Luke Kennard is kind of your guy that kind of steadies the ship or still is that shooting threat. So we'll see what JJ continues to do. But I think Vando 100% shows he belongs as a player in the rotation for this series. I think he can be a difference maker. And I mean, let's get into like real game takeaways. Like we said, Houston without KD, they shot 38% from the field. So it was so frustrating in the first half because at one point in the second quarter, they were 2 for 14, and that game was still close. We end the half. Again, they went on a 10-2 run. A key stat that I saw was we only scored 2 points off of 10 forced turnovers by the Rockets. So we couldn't take advantage of any of the turnovers. We were giving them opportunities to score, putting them in the bonus. But the Rockets didn't shoot well in that second quarter, and they were still in the game. And it goes back to just us not being able to finish plays, us fouling, getting them into the bonus early. But they only shot 33% from the three-point line. They were 11 for 33. So the offense wasn't there. I think this game could have blown wide open. I mean, we already talked about Reed Shepherd's didn't score well. Amen Thompson went 39%.
Well, Reed started. He hit some threes. He hit some. I think he had what 17, 15?
He had 17 points, 8 assists.
And he got a lot of it like he got some extra in the fourth quarter at the end. He hit some big threes. He was so quiet. Like he was not like you didn't feel Reed Shepherd's. You felt some of the moments where he hit some big shots, but we countered a lot of those big shots as well. That was one thing. That was the one big takeaway I feel like too. We countered a lot of their runs, and we hit back with bigger punches, which was a great thing.
That's huge. I mean, Jabari Smith Jr., I thought played well. 16 points, 12 rebounds, but he was only 3 for 9 from 3. The interesting role player that they had that was awake that he was struggling during the season was Tari Eason. He had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, 7 for 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3. Like, that is a player that I'm trying to think of was that an anomaly game from him? Is he a player that's going to rise and do this consistently? Or was that just a big game and it didn't result in a win for them? And he goes back to what he was during the season. I like Tari Eason, but I thought that was a big shift because the starting lineup didn't shoot particularly well, especially between Shangoon, Jabari Smith Jr., Amen, and Reed Shepherd. They were all in the 30s, but Tari Eason gave him a big lift.
Yeah, I mean, his last few games to end the regular season, he's been putting up points. Like there was a slew of the season where like he couldn't get past 10, and if he's scoring, he gives them an edge, especially off the bench and when KD comes back. But at the same time, they're not looking to get him the ball to score. You know what I mean? Like there was some, he hit some corner threes. He
which
hit
were
back
bad
to back corner
rotations on
threes.
our part.
It would, were wide open shots. You got to hit them, but like they're not like when he scored. Like I don't even know he had 16. To be honest, it was a very quiet 16, and I don't think it was as impactful. Some transition buckets, yeah, but I don't think he's like to think that he's gonna do that consistently. Score 16, no, I doubt
Right.
that. You know what
And
I
I
mean?
think you gotta, if there's the weaks, you gotta attack the weaknesses. And if it means you have to crowd Shangoon, Jabari Smith Jr., and Reed Shepard and give Eason, make him shoot you out of a game, I
Yeah,
think that's a game plan you have to stick with. And
yeah,
yeah, there's certain rotations that I think we're still kind of messed up, but Tari Eason is a guy where I go, man, if you make 5 threes in a game, hey, here's your flowers, man. Y'all won the game because Tari
yeah.
Eason had 5 threes. Y'all got it. So, I mean, we'll see if that continues. I thought that was the punch off the bench that they got, but they still couldn't counter.
I mean,
The
when you look
biggest
at
thing
their playoff rotation,
is
it's not that
not good.
crazy at all. Like even with KD back,
Even
like
with KD back, I mean, they were playing Aaron Holiday off the bench. Jay Sean,
Okogie's not gonna do like yeah, he hit a three, cool. Played some defense, played some physical fouls. Like that's what he's gonna bring you. Aaron Holiday, Capella, like
they
Jay
weren't really
Sean
good.
Tate, they're not gonna give you like that significant of a punch. But I mean, then again, our bench, when you look at the numbers, didn't go crazy. Like, but they
Right.
they did other things. Like Jake and Vando will bring you like the same type of energy. Tari will bring you same type of energy. Okogie will bring you off the bench. Jay Sean Tate, just physical, hard, just play hard.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing to this series is just not making stars out of role players. If Eason's going to give you 16 and 10 and you still have a loss, and Amen again and Jabari and Shangoon shoot 30% from the field, like in the mid 30s, that's big to me. And I think that's going to carry through. And there's you got to attack weaknesses, especially when you're going to send blitzes at KD. You want to, force Reed Shepard into bad shots, force Jabari
Yeah,
Smith into rush threes. You got to give somewhere. I think when you look at the takeaways, where I thought they were glaring takeaways, and we still won by 9, but I think this should have been a 20-point game where there were 2 metrics. My biggest takeaway was this series is about rebounding, right?
yeah,
LeBron said it, JJ said it. The team has acknowledged that they need to lock in on the rebounding end. It was 44-35 in terms of total rebounds, and the Rockets won that advantage. But get this, the offensive rebound advantage was 21-3.
yeah,
21 rebounds to 3. And there's bad, and we know that they're elite at offensive rebounding. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the league. But giving up 21 offensive rebounds, that is not accomplishing what you needed to do. And yes, we got the win, and I don't want to be a complete downer, but that is an area I think JJ's got to look at and go, guys, we had plays. I mean, how many times were we watching the game? We get a good possession, they miss a rush 3, and then they get the rebound and put a layup back in. Their
yeah.
best offense was second chance points. That
No, I
was the
mean
first.
that is their offense. That's how they are that efficient. You know what I mean? Like that's how they've won games. The second chance opportunities. That's their thing. But I mean, we know it. It's not like it's not something JJ needs to reiterate. They all know it. Braun knows it. He literally said it. Those exact words. They're the number 1 rebounding team. We gotta lock the F up. Like they gotta box out and they know it. So it's like I feel like they gave an effort. They did give that effort. They just need to be that much better. They know it. And it's just all right, you gotta be more physical. You gotta go chase after like you saw like with some of the players, they're going after boards. It's just the second chance, the long rebounds, bad bricks, ball. You don't know
Yeah,
where the ball is going. Like there's that factor too that's going to factor into like some of those offensive boards. Well, how we got how many jump balls from the offensive boards?
right.
So it's
It
like
turned
okay,
into
you're not
jump
giving
balls.
up completely. All right, that's some type of optimism, but have to clean it up. You clean that up, different game.
It's a completely different game. And
Is
I
that
will say,
plus free throws?
we're gonna get into that. 21 offensive rebounds, and they missed they only shot 38% from the field, so they missed a ton. We won the defensive rebound advantage 32-23, but I think when you miss at that rate and when they're chucking up threes like that, yes, ball's gonna hit off the rim in a weird way. I think if you can clean that up and get them under, I'd say 10 to 13 like 10 to 13 offensive rebounds, we're in a really, really good position. Before we get into free throws, another area that I think prevented us from really blowing this open was the points off turnovers. The Rockets had 24 points off turnovers. We only had 5. And to give you perspective, real quick, we turned the ball over 18 times. So they scored 24 points off of 18 turnovers that we had. They only turned the ball Houston turned the ball over 13 times, and we only scored 5 times, 5 points. And that's a huge gap. They capitalized all off of our turnovers, which outside of the offensive rebounding, the key to number 2 was our best defense is sometimes just not giving extra possessions. It's controlling the ball and not turning the ball over. And it's forcing turnovers on that end when they don't have a floor general. It was the complete opposite today. That's an area where we need to improve. And I think a lot of the turnovers came in that first half. We had 10 in the first half. It was those hit-ahead forced transition plays where we wanted to get out on the break, and we were just doing unnatural things. Like, you don't always need to push the ball. We want to get out in transition. We know we're good in transition. LeBron's one of the best in transition. But I think if you need to control when and be strategic on when you want to push the pace, because we know Houston's long, they can get after it, and when not to force it, because I think that's where a lot of turnovers came from. And those are those gimmies that we give back to the Rockets. And 24-5 that's a 19-point advantage. Nice. Which is wild to me.
And it's like those little things, like, and that's what's gonna get talked about obviously for the next game and how to game plan it. And just you fix those things, those errors. Obviously, you're not going to guarantee another 27-point Luke Kennard game, or but like you fix those other things, and now that masks all those things. Like you're not expecting those big games to be anomalies to win you a game. You clean up those little things, and now all of a sudden, like, we look strong in this series, even with like KD. Yeah, they might punch us hard or something. But like I feel pretty confident with this team and how we're playing defense. Regardless if we're not getting rebounds, we're playing defense. We're playing very solid defense. We made it tough for them to hit shots. They had a lot of, you saw how they shot, a lot of bricks, a lot of nasty shots. Like they don't have a hoop right now.
They put up with the extra possessions, not to cut you up with that, with the extra possessions and us turning the ball over. Put it this way. They shot 93 field goals, okay? We shot 66 field goals in the game. Yeah, that is a 27 field goal advantage, and we won by 9. So you're talking about you gave them 27 extra shots, and you won by 9. And we're lucky that we shot 61% from the field and 53% from 3, which were huge, Luke Kennard being a big reason for that. But you gave the Houston Rockets 27 more shot attempts than you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's where we have our advantage, our true shooting percentage. Like, it is up there. It's a decent percentage compared to Houston. Right. Like, and I only got that because of Easy Dimes. So
Easy Dimes. We're gonna be shouting out Easy Dimes for y'all pretty soon. Y'all gonna want to be a part of it. So if we're about 39 minutes into the chat. We've had some people listening. Drop your comments. We're reading all the chats live. Like it or hate it, drop a comment and debate it. Let's get y'all involved. If you're on X, make your way over to YouTube. Drop the comment. And we got a lot of special things coming on this platform. Easy Dimes, remember that name. Y'all.
Yeah, but remember, easydimes.com. Quick.
Easydimes.com. Remember that. But you get so we shot well, which is why we had 40 field goals that we made 10 threes. But Houston still made 35 field goals, right? And you have to now consider we're not going to shoot lights out like that. We can't expect 60% from the field, 52% from three. So how you close that advantage for all y'all listening, that 19-point advantage points off turnovers needs to be cleaned up. And you can't give them extra possessions. 21-3 on the offensive rebounds is insane. You clean those two up, you can shoot an average game and win, even with KD. And then it goes to the third kind of metric that I saw was we're 17 for 26 from the free throw line. That's 9 missed free throws. And I'm tired. I get pissed off when we're missing free throws at this clip. 65%. We've done this all season. That's 9 points. You make 5 of them. This is a 14-point game. With everything we talked about with offensive rebounds, how many extra field goal attempts you gave up, the points off turnover advantage, you could still win this game by 14. That's insane.
And I think those are great things to see at the same point, that you won a game with that massive differentials in those categories and you still won the game by 9. Those are like huge takeaways to be optimistic about, that even the Lakers, they'll go back home and look at those numbers and be like, oh shit, like we played like this and we gave up this. Like, I don't think we can do worse than that, to be honest.
Let me throw a scenario out. So we know we got to control the turnovers. Marcus Smart had a lot. There's those hit-ahead transitions. We have to clean that up. The turnovers for sure. And let me see if anyone else. No, it was really Marcus Smart had 5. Luke Kennard had 3. And the team in general. So we got to clean that up. Marcus Smart's got to get down to 2-3 turnovers in the game. And we control that. But let me throw a scenario at you. We kind of talked about it during the mid-game. We lost 21-3 on the rebounding advantage for offensive rebounds, which is huge. Do you think it's worth a look at going double big with Ayton and Maxi Kleber, or even throwing Maxi Kleber in the rotation? I know we saw some Bronny minutes. He got 3 at the start of this. I think it was the second quarter. But do you feel like Maxi Kleber is someone that we can throw in the game, get it physical, and clean up those boards for us, or is that asking too much?
I would say, at least for this matchup as a double big, I would say maybe no. But I think for him taking some of Jackson's minutes, yes, because he can stretch the floor more than DA and Jackson. He can hit the 3 ball. And what is just Şengün, and if you're bringing Capella out, like they're not that much more physical than us, and you get LeBron to have more spacing. Like, I think he could be an advantage, because if they're clogging the paint, what can Jackson Hayes do for us? He's going to struggle. He's not going to get his lob dunks. He's not going to get, he got to the line once, but he was struggling. But like, you put a Maxi Kleber in there he can get up. He's still athletic too. And he can do a little more with the ball, hit you with the pump fake, create, do some shit like that. But like, I think he can deserve a couple minutes in a couple of the rotations. He's played good when he's played his minutes. Like, I got no issue with him.
And when we're talking about lineups, I think it'd be an interesting lineup to throw Maxi Kleber, Vando, LeBron, Luke Kennard, and Smart. Or instead of Luke Kennard, you have a Laravia. Or instead of a Smart, you have Laravia. You still have Kennard as a shooter, Vando and Maxi. When we were at the Lakers-Knicks game, we saw Vando and Maxi do damage, and then Maxi got hurt, which he always seems to get. But, I mean, if his 3-ball went down, that'd be amazing. I think he brings physicality. I think he could maybe help rebound. I think Jackson Hayes, what gets him out of his own way is the IQ. Maxi has a feel for the game. And he plays
defense, too. Maxi can play defense. He can get blocks. He'll give his full effort. That's all I know 100%. And he has decent ball IQ.
And it's something, and I think it's something to work in. That'd be one play. Otherwise, I thought the rotations JJ was running all made sense. I think there was that second quarter was the only blunder was leaving LeBron out for too long. There was a challenge. It gave like another 45 seconds to a minute of rest. I think he needed to weather that storm a little more quicker and bring Braun back in because he only had played like 14, 15 minutes in that first half. And I get reserving him for the second half. But when KD's back, you don't want Houston to go on these runs and get back in the game. Yes, we had some hot shooting from Luke Kennard, but that would be my only thing in the rotation, and maybe throwing Kleber out there. I think Kleber has an opportunity to make a difference, like you said in this series. I think he can be physical with Şengün. All you want to do is frustrate Şengün, get him out of his spots, get him out of his game. And we did that today, which I will applaud the team. But Maxi Kleber, for everyone that's on the chat, I think he's someone we should try out. I think his physicality is there. He's had moments in the season. And this is a series where, maybe he can help clean up some of our rebounding issues because they are so elite.
Yeah. How many minutes did DA play?
DA played 35 big minutes today.
So 35 minutes. So there's only 13 minutes. 13. But DA playing 35. How many games this season has he played 35 minutes?
I haven't seen too many 35-minute games from him. I don't know what his minute average is, but I know it's not. Let me see if I can pull that up.
And his numbers were what? 19?
Yeah, his average minutes per game, 27.2. Yeah.
So if you're getting a DA who's locked in like this. Now, granted, there might be some games. I don't know. We'll see if he's just not so hot, and that's when you need that Kleber and Jackson Hayes to come in and do something. You know what I mean? But if he's playing like this 35 minutes, he's elite. Like, regardless, DA is a hooper. He's an elite offensive big, rebounds, plays defense, and he's playing like this, like, it's gonna be scary. 35 minutes. Like, and that's what we wanted. That's what everybody would tell him. Like, you play like this, the Lakers turn into a whole nother team. Now, like, you have an elite big to go along with the guys that we have on this team. When he's playing at that level, and then you start to break down all the players on our team, you're like, oh shit, this Laker team is pretty stacked, even when you compare them to the top four, the big four teams. You know what I mean? Like, they're up there, and obviously injuries burden us, but like, we still have a team where everybody knows their role. They do their job. There's no ego on everyone. They're locked in. And like, when you have a team like that, a lot of things can happen, and a lot of things that aren't expected will happen, as you saw with today.
Yeah. I mean, Udonis Haslem gave him a great pep talk. Oh, your camera went out, Shay.
Yeah, I think my camera died.
Okay, we'll still keep going. See if you can put that on the charger. But for the chat, UD gave Ayton a really dope pep talk after one of our post games on Prime towards the end of the season in our last few games. And it was really just, you're still that guy. You're still that guy. You are that guy. And this team needs you. And if you play big, it directly impacts winning. We saw when DA went 15-10 in the season, we won, I'd say 90% of those games. And if he's locked in and he sees the impact he's making, which I don't know how much more explicit it can be in this game, how much of an impact he made. If he keeps this up, he turns our team into something completely different. And I get his woes. I get he doesn't have a motor. I get his engine isn't always there. But it's the playoffs. He knows we're down Luka and AR. He knows the kind of expectations we've had. He even acknowledged in the season, it's on me now to catch up with the rest of the guys. We're playing hot. I need to match their focus, energy, and effort. And he's done that. And if he continues to do it, I think he took his game up another level today. We've seen it before, but if he consistently does this, the whole team is completely different. That's without Luka and AR even coming back. You open up something now. Houston has to go, wait a minute. We can't just sell on a blitz. We have to make sure we hit Ayton on the roll because he's not a rim runner just like Hayes. He has a short roll game. He had a couple middies at the free throw line.
He has a midi. He has a hook. Like, anywhere inside that paint, damn near automatic. And if he misses, he's getting the tip back in.
Right. We
Like
saw that.
he's an elite big, and it doesn't take much to get him looks and buckets. And you saw Marcus Smart doing that. Luke Kennard can do that with him, and obviously Braun. Like three guys who are feeding him. Like you should easily get 15 and 10 easily without even having to do much. And he
We've
did
said that
that.
all. He's definitely an X factor. I mean, if we talk about looking forward to game two, before I want to do an NBA roundup at the end of the other playoff games. I think it'd be cool to do that because there were some fun games today. But when we look forward to game two, I'm gonna assume KD is going to play. What from today? We talked about some metrics that we need to improve, but how do things change from what you saw today and with KD coming back? What changes to you and what adjustments do you think we need to make to prepare for that?
I mean, it just depends. Like we already talked about, like you clean up the rebounding and the free throws and your turnovers. That already I think can mitigate a KD coming back if you play relatively with this type of energy. But like it's not going to be perfect every time. But it's how do you? It's just I think it's just our defense. How do we match up against KD? Um, how do we control the game? Like I feel like this game today we were in control the entire game. They went up by what, one for like a
Yeah,
brief moment, and then it was
right at the beginning of the half, they hit that. Reed Shepard hit that three, and then it
so
was
the
over.
last 3 minutes of the second quarter and like the first few minutes of that's the only time where we started losing a little bit of control. But we weren't. I felt like they went up one and they were poised. And if you keep that same type of mentality and energy
Mm-hmm.
when it comes time when KD is back, then I think we'll be okay. I mean, he's gonna score his buckets. No one's gonna stop KD, but at the same time, you can just alter their offense like how we did in the regular season when we kind of shut KD down
That
and
was gonna make
the
that point.
offense kind of completely fell apart for them. So they haven't necessarily figured out how to play like that 4-on-4 type of basketball, right? Like once KD's out the game, like what do they do? Like I don't think they figured that out yet, even after our losses. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be interesting.
we hit the blitz on KD, and the whole offense was chaos. And you're making other players have to make plays. And we saw today was a really mucked up offense. And a lot of their opportunities came from second chance points, which we know they're going to do. So when KD comes back, I still seeing us really strong on the blitz. I still see Vando minutes mucking it up, making it difficult for him, frustrating him, and then making Reed Shepard have to hit shots. Seeing if Tari Eason is going to drop 16 again, making Jabari Smith shoot shots. Um, I think I think the game plan doesn't really change in that regard. So I agree there. He is going to steady some moments because he is a bona fide scorer. But again, to our point, if you make your free throws, you control the boards, and you're actually not you want them to turn the ball over, but if you're just controlling your own turnovers, even though that defense is it's elite, there's a lot of length. They make it very tough for you. If you can do those three things, this game showed me the KD impact isn't as scary as we thought. And there's still an opportunity to take game two. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
and we're at
reach,
home. Like
yeah,
that's
we're
that's what that that's why those games were so important to get that home court advantage, and it showed. Like them locking in at the end of the season and in that stretch to get home court advantage on all those teams. Like this is the reason why. For the basketball gods were in our favor.
made
I don't know
shots.
how this happened. KD gets hurt. No one expected that, and it sucks for him. You know that we're it's even now. We're two guys down. They're a couple guys down. Like, and it's just gonna be that it's a gritty series, but they handled it. They got the win.
it's just matching the grit. If we can continue matching the grit, even with KD back, I'm still confident in a defensive game plan.
Yeah.
I still feel like we can rebound better. We have Vando, we have Laravia, we have Aiton, we have Hayes. Maybe we try some Maxi Kleber minutes. LeBron is a good rebounder. Marcus Smart, can rebound the basketball. Like that will be a focal point. JJ Redick's going to hone in on that. But if
Yeah.
you stay disciplined, I think LeBron with KD back, I think there is going to be I think it's going to be also finding a balance too, where LeBron really got his team involved. And I thought that was fantastic. It gave him a lot of confidence, which helps you down the line. The why Luke Kennard had maybe the 30, close to 30 at the second half, why Rui was hitting shots consistently through the game. But I think LeBron now finding the pockets and the balance of I need to get my team involved, but then I need to attack because KD's on the other end making buckets. If we can find that kind of balance, I think we'll be in good shape. And if you steal game two, if you get game two and you're up 2-0 in this series, I guarantee you that Luka hamstring gonna feel a little bit better. Like,
No, he's
hey,
coming back game 3.
I think he could come in mid-series, or you now get the luxury to rest him one
Yeah,
more
I
game.
mean, if you go 2-0, then yeah, you.
So rest him one more game. Maybe if he had Jovan said today that there is a chance that Luka can come back mid-series.
He's coming
So
back. 100%.
you go up 2-0. You go up 2-0. You do everything you can in your power. Clean up the stuff we talked about and go win game 2. Now all of a sudden this series is completely flipped and upside down. Now their backs are against the wall. They got to go win their games at home. And you did your job. You did more than your job. And great things happen when you win and you have momentum. And I think we won by 9, which I thought was great. I think this, like we said, with just 5 more free throws out of the 9 we missed, that's a 14-point game, despite the advantages they have. So there's a lot of optimism, but we need to bring the defense. Marcus Smart needs to continue to be intense. We need to clean up transition. We lost the fast break points by quite a bit. We only had 4 today. And we know LeBron is great in transition, but it's a bit of a different, makeup of the team right now. And I think we got to be smart. We try to get out in transition, but we turn the ball over a lot in transition. So I hope we can get into a running game, but like Houston is big in transition too. And if you make bad plays, Amen Thompson gonna make you pay. This team is gonna make you pay. So overall, Laker Nation, again, if you in this chat, please drop your comments. We're open to the Q&A. We're happy to read chats live. Make sure you subscribe to Lakers for Lifers on YouTube. Follow us on X, Shay on the Beat, at World of AO. We still got time, so drop your comments. Get over to YouTube, drop your comments. So that's the Lakers. I'm hyped. We got game 1, period. And Luke Kennard did his thing. The role players showed up. That was a big takeaway for me. And now we know what we need to clean up. And they were egregious. And I think if we do that, it's going to be great. Around the NBA, though, let's shift. So, hey, Laker Nation, hell yeah, game 1. Today was a good day of basketball.
It's crazy.
We shift to some just NBA hoops in general.
I mean, aside from the Cleveland-Toronto game, that was nasty.
Yeah. I have Cleveland winning that series.
I mean, as they should, but I have Toronto. I mean, you're supposed to win your first home game, so
yeah, they did their job.
It doesn't signify anything. They did their job. Quickly was out. Sure, I expect a bigger punch from Toronto. I like Toronto, but like, if Cleveland's locked in like this, and if James Harden it actually plays well in the playoffs, like they're nasty. Like Evan's been killing, Max Strus balling, like they have depth. Cleveland's a cool team. Like I don't know if they're a contender.
I mean, what's crazy with Toronto? I have them winning at least 2 games, but like Sheed had 5 for 6. We went 5 for 6 from 3. They got a big game from him. RJ Barrett had a big game. Brandon Ingram was a bit quiet, and Scotty Barnes didn't have the most efficient game, but you got waxed.
Yeah,
And you got Murray Boyles have 14. I think that's going to be a difficult series because
they don't have
you know
they don't have the personnel enough.
they don't have it, and I don't think they're going to shoot better than 48% from three in the series. And you
I
still
mean,
lost by
you need Ingram to drop 25 a game. Like Barrett,
yeah.
cool. He's gonna do. You need Bi. Bi is supposed to be their leading scorer. He's supposed to be their guy, and he like, what did he have? I think he had like 17 or 19 or something today. Like, you need to get like 25, 27 and actually be like that guy who I thought would be. Because like Bi was a Laker. Like, he's supposed to be a superstar. Like, I think that's what the expectation was, to be, for him to be what, on that level of like the Tatums. He's not close to that. But like, you're at this point in your career now where, all right, you're in the playoffs finally.
Yeah.
Now what can you do? What kind of player are you actually? And yeah, so if Bi can get 25 a game the rest of this playoff series, they can win a couple. But if he doesn't, Toronto's cooked.
They're cooked. I mean, Donovan Mitchell did his thing against them, 32 points. They got 24 from Max Strus. Like, you're gonna get cooked. 17, 7, and 4 from Evan Mobley. 22 and 10 for James Harden. So I think they're gonna get past that first round. We'll see how the series continues, but a series doesn't start until you lose on your home floor.
Yeah.
And Cleveland handled business. I thought the Minnesota Denver game, Minnesota
Really,
came out the gates tough. Ant looked unstoppable. He looked like a problem. But
he
when
did it,
things,
he didn't.
yeah, did and didn't. He's an interesting one. We've seen him get to the Western Conference Finals multiple times. We've seen him scrape us, the Lakers. Um, he's an interesting player, and is he going to take that next step? He's done well against Denver. We saw when like the Mavs went to the finals that year, they got past them, and they lost big today by 11. Io DeSumo had a good game,
I
but
mean, they had, like, with Ant, like, you look at his stat line, I think he had like what, 29 and 7 or something like that.
yeah,
And when you look at that 9 and 7, that's what everybody expects Ant to have, to be that top 5 player. But then you look at his efficiency, his shooting. He shot terribly. Like,
7 for
and his
19.
decision making in the fourth quarter, I don't think he scored in the last like 6-7 minutes. So when everyone's like, "Oh yeah," and he's hurt, he's playing hurt, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He got the Steph Curry knee injury.
Yeah,
So I don't know what his burst is or how he's, but like, if he's, you got a big game from Jaden McDaniels, you got a huge game from Gobert.
yeah,
You got
17-10.
DiVincenzo hit some threes, DeSunmo, and your 2-star players, Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards, bad games. Like, Julius was a non-factor.
Oh,
Like,
Julius 7 for 16, 16 points. He looked bad out there.
yeah, and they had moment. They were killing in the first quarter. They were up by like 10, and then Denver started taking over control. You start seeing them just be Denver. Like, Jamal Murray, probably, of this pool of active basketball players, he might be one of the best playoff performers.
I mean, we've seen
And you can't deny that.
how many playoff series against the Lakers have we seen him just go completely berserk GOAT status?
Yeah.
And he played
He's a top
amazing.
5 player in the playoffs. Like
He's a playoff riser.
how do
100%.
you can't even debate that. Like, he's literally, he does crazy things, and he shows up when the moment demands. And like, in that game, AG had a strong second half, foul trouble in the first half. I think he had 3 fouls in the first quarter. And Cam Johnson's been playing solid. He had a solid first half. Missed some easy shots in the second, but like, he's been playing well for them. Christian Braun solid, Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway. They have depth, and they don't even have Peyton Watson yet. So like, this is why they are a contending team and can go far, and they have a good path.
I have Denver going to the Western Conference Finals. I have them beating Minnesota. I have them beating San Antonio. I have OKC winning it all, and I hate OKC, but they just look elite. We'll see. If there's one team that I think can beat OKC, I think Denver always has a shot. I mean, Jokic today was fucking fantastic, 25, 13, and 11.
Yeah, I mean,
he's just
that's
being
like,
Jokic, and I don't doubt any Jokic teams.
no.
Spurs and Denver is going to be an interesting second round. I think Denver can cook, even though I think Spurs can also beat OKC, but they got to get through Denver. And I think Denver
The thing
can.
is, like, I feel like Spurs can beat OKC, but I don't think they can beat Denver.
Exactly. That's my point.
That doesn't make sense.
Which
Like,
which is why would you choke off that last game of the season when Denver was sitting everyone? You could have made Denver go to fourth. We'd be playing Minnesota, which I'm kind of happy we're not.
no, it worked out. No complaints.
But it worked out for us. But if you're San Antonio, you win that game, and Jason Tim said it. You win. It was the most stupid blunder ever because now you have to go through Denver, who you struggled with. Then you have to go through OKC, who still they're the number one team in the league. Like you can't, even though you had good games against them in the season, playoffs are completely different. You had an opportunity to get Houston potentially in the second round, and then you're only playing OKC. That's your path to the finals, who you've done well against. But they elected to choke it off, and now they're gonna figure out, what's up. I think they're gonna get past their first round series pretty easily. But
I wouldn't say I don't think it's gonna be easy. I think Portland can steal a few games, and like Portland's a weird, but like they got guys that came back. They got Jeremy Grant that came back. They got Shaden Sharp that came back who missed 50 games, and then you have Drew Holiday. Denny's playing crazy
Kamara,
right now.
you got Biggs, you got Robert Williams.
Kamara, they are a stacked team with depth, and they have that young. They have the young talent. They got defense. They have a go-to guy, like, and at the same time, Spurs have no playoff experience. But we're gonna get Wemby unleashed, which we haven't seen that all year. If he's not playing 35 minutes, that's gonna be weird. I don't know, like, but if he does, like, he does a lot when he's on the court. But I don't think personally it's an easy series for San Antonio. And you're talking that's your first series, and then like you said, they messed. Now you have to go through Denver, and then you'd have to go through OKC, and that's gonna be a likely scenario. Like, I don't. That's gonna be a lot for Wemby. Like,
it could be.
You don't get no rest. You're gonna take your hits, and they're gonna play. The physicality in the playoffs is that much more, and you're talking about how they're gonna play physically with Wemby, and that's his weakness right now. A lot of teams, they'll play like Aaron Gordon will probably guard Wemby and give him hell too. Like,
yeah,
like they're gonna play physical with him, and he's not gonna get those calls, and he's gonna do his thing. But that physicality we're gonna see what that does to that team, and that's when De'Aaron Fox and Castle, like, they have to be like perfect. Like they need to hoop, and their team is good, but at the same time, like, it could be gassed a little bit regular season. Like, come playoffs is a very different, like you look at a team like Phoenix, how they came out and are playing. Like, no one thought Phoenix would do any of this. True. And look what they did to Golden State, and look what Golden State did to the Clippers. So it's like these teams, like every team that's in the playoffs now, like even in the East, Orlando, the way they played against Charlotte looked like a completely different team. Like, and this is the first playoff where I don't know what's gonna happen, and a lot of the things can change up. Teams can get beat by teams that no one was expecting. Like, it's gonna be interesting.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I mean, the Knicks in Hawks game, to round it out, Knicks kind of did their thing against the Hawks, but if you look at the Hawks box score, outside of their bench, I thought Jonathan Kuminga was a little out of control today, probably to their detriment.
That's what he is. That's and that's why he didn't fit in a Golden State. Like, you're seeing now why Kerr never wanted to play him, and it's like, yeah, everyone was on Kerr's ass, but maybe he's not that nice. I don't know what else he's gonna do if you don't have a three ball like that and you play out of control. Like, playoff times is irrelevant. You're not gonna get the calls. So, like, what are you really gonna do? What's your contribution?
I thought Kuminga wasn't the best. I mean, his box score was underwhelming, but I mean, they got 26 from CJ McCollum, 17 from Nickel, 19 from Okongwu, 23, 7 and 3 from Jalen Johnson. They got 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals from Dyson Daniels. I mean, if you look at their box score, you're kind of like, oh, I think they're doing their thing. I mean, our boy Gabe Vincent, 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Good riddance, homie.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
y'all at the top of the show, we were just saying how much of a blessing Luke Kennard was that we got him for Gabe, Mr. Cardio Vincent, and a second round
27
pick.
points versus 2 points
2 points.
crazy. That's
1 for 2.
now what
Like,
what happened with Atlanta though with Kispert and Jock Landale? Are they all hurt? Buddy
I
Hield.
don't know. They
Like I
need,
feel like some of
yeah.
these type of guys should crack the
It
rotation.
says on this, it says it was just DMP coach's decision.
That's
So
what I'm
I
saying.
think
I
I
feel
think the
like
coach said,
Jock
"Guess what?
Landale can give you something.
You
I
got to
think
play Kispert and Healed."
Pittsburgh can
And
get you something. Ricochet, the
oh,
worst first
0
round.
points, 4 rebounds. That
Like
is,
it was just bricks, and it was just
bro. He
like,
was the #1 pick in the draft, playing 2.5 minutes.
and it was like he only played 2.5 minutes because it was that bad. Like you getting pulled, like, and to be honest, I still think Atlanta can take this series. I like Atlanta. I think
Maybe.
they can guts like JB. He had a crazy first quarter, but they locked him up the rest of the way. He had 19 in the first and ended up with only like 28. So
I
first
mean,
quarter,
the first quarter wasn't good for Atlanta. They won the second quarter. They lost the third quarter by a large amount. It's
they
just
came back at the end.
it's the
They were
scoring
getting
for Atlanta to me. Like you got 26 from CJ. Like who you got to play the Healed and the
you need
Kispers.
Nikhil to have 20. I think he only had
He had
he had
17.
and he had 17, and I think most of it was in the very end, but he was
Yeah,
quiet as opposed to
he
like
shot. Yeah,
yeah.
he
And like
shot 6 or 17 for
you
the
got
field.
your game out of Okongwu and Jalen Johnson, but like yeah, like you said, they that this is where the Trey Young gets missed because he was that hooper who's your fourth quarter guy, which they're figuring out. It's a brand new team, but like between Nikhil, CJ, they're all kind of at the same level.
Yeah, if you got 8 from Kaminga, but then you got 2 points between Gabe Vincent and Ricochet.
You got to bring the other guys. I like guy or whatever. Like he's cool. He'll give you some like brute minutes, but like Jacques Landale is better, big, and he can do more. Jacques Landale can actually score and rebound a little bit better.
He's not even
He
showing up on the roster.
must be hurt. It must be out for the season or something.
It's right now. It's really what they need. Healed, I would think Kispert would get some minutes. That's your 3-point kind of special.
Yeah.
And Healed too could get hot. He'll give you more than Gabe. I don't think Gabe's defense. I didn't watch the game
I
intently.
mean, he plays defense, but like I mean,
We saw that in LA. Like
you're not gonna score or do anything. Like what
he's tiny.
small. Like you don't need. He's
Tiny. And then we'll see if OG Anunoby. I know he kind of hurt his ankle.
He came back, but he's key. Like him and Bridges was solid. Josh Hart, like their starting five is nice. And like this New York team has been underwhelming all year. Like I feel like they've been underwhelming all year, but like they're a dope squad. In the beginning of the season, I think they were favorites. So
yeah, I mean, Josh
they
Hart
were
had 14
good.
rebounds. I have them winning this series. I think I gave Atlanta 1 or 2 games, but I have the Knicks advancing.
I like Atlanta, and like you
Didn't
said,
know that-
it's the first game. If it all depends on the second game. If they are able to steal it,
Yeah,
like, but they can battle. If you see the pace of how Atlanta plays, it is so fast. It's great. Like as like they're taking the ball out and moving and running, like it's insane. So if they can catch stride and build a lead in the beginning of the game and not come out the gates bad, then I think they can stun New York. I mean, they had 19 points from Jalen Brunson in the first quarter.
you can't do that.
Like what do you? But he only ended up with like 8 more points after that, or 9 more points after that in three quarters. Like that's crazy right there. And New York's bench didn't do anything. It's not like they're gonna bring that much to the game. So it's really starting five or starting five.
Interesting. We'll see what happens there. The Knicks are an interesting team. I'm glad we waxed them in the regular season. That was a fun game to go to. But Laker Nation, the Lakers win game 1, took care of business. We handled what we needed to handle. We took advantage of the opportunity. And for anyone that says oh, KD wasn't playing. Yo, we don't have Luka and AR. Shut
Yeah.
up. And
No one's gonna be saying that. They know the real.
this is the game the Lakers took advantage. Now, as we talked about throughout the show, this game, if we go into the detail and we clean up the very if we improve the metrics on the margins again, free throw shooting, offensive rebounds given up, and points off turnovers, that mitigates the impact KD will have. And it mitigates us not being able to shoot at the clip we shot today. We shot amazing today. You clean those up, that's a huge, that right there is between, I don't even know how many second chance points they had. I don't know if we can pull that up, but between free throws and points off turnovers, that was 28 points between those two metrics. You add in the second chance point differential, which I think was sizable.
Yeah.
That's almost, I'd say it's right up to about 40, like about 35 to 40 points that you can control. And you won by 9. So I have optimism. Laker Nation, we said believe. That was the mantra when Luka and AR went down and we had this new look team. It was building belief at the end of the season. And I get it. They were shit teams that we played against. But winning games always builds belief. And even in that OKC game where we got blown out the second time, LeBron didn't play that game. Our role players competed for about a quarter and a half, 2 quarters before the game got loose. And it's just all about believing. And this game 1, Laker Nation, should give you belief. Now we're setting some level of expectation of what we need to do in game 2 to pull that one out. Because I don't think there's any chance KD is not going to play. Even bad knee and all. You're down 1-0, even though, we have home court advantage. We're supposed to win that game.
Yeah.
So if we're supposed to win game 2, I still don't think they're going to risk it. And there's some optimism here. We just got to keep extending the series. We got to hit them harder game 2.
And we're going to so we get some rest.
It's on Tuesday. You think we're taking that game?
Yeah. You have to. I don't believe we're going to lose.
I believe.
I genuinely believe we can beat them.
I think it's going to take a bigger offensive game from Braun, is my last point. I think we got away with 19 points from Braun today. He was fantastic facilitating, and our role players hit shots. But I think LeBron's going to have to take more of an aggressive approach to the offensive end in game 2 and give them a whole other look to worry about.
And he will.
And if we do that and Luke Kennard continues to do his thing, exciting whites is becoming a thing in LA because we got Reeves, we got Luka, we got Laravia, and now we got Luke Kennard. Those boys can ball.
And as long as Braun got his token white guy at all times.
Braun loved the token white guy.
Great things can
happen. IQ white guys. And I'm not being racist at all here because these white dudes are different. But Kennard is that IQ guy. My other IQ guy, and I know we're a little bit of tangent, was Caruso. And I still have an indictment on Rob for getting rid of Caruso. But he made up for it with the Luke Kennard trade. The only thing that makes me sour, and we'll end on this, is, hey, man, Jordan Goodwin had a freaking game. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 6 steals. He was Jalen Green balled out.
Yeah, 4-3 too.
Yeah, Jalen Green gave the Warriors belt in that playing game.
Green, he needs to be talked about more. Like if he's doing this,
let's see how he does against OKC. That defense is going to be nuts. If he can hoop like that, he'll get talked about at another level.
He's like this. I'm just going to throw this out. Like when you talk about young guys like that at the guard position, and if he's playing like this, how different is he in the defensive end? Yes, for sure. Like you have the Ant stardom. People have him already projected top 5. He's been to the Western Conference Finals. If Jalen Green does something, show something, I think he's gonna start his stardom is gonna start to rise, and he can be one of the few players who can rise to like you're more than a star, like you're better. Your career trajectory is better than a Bradley Beal. Like
Oh, that's already, I think, already there. Bradley
but
Beal is
people don't
ass.
believe that though. Like people still
The
don't
thing
believe
with
Jalen
Jalen,
Green is a star. He's a star
he's,
player.
he's had great regular seasons. We know he's a bucket, but is he going to shy away when it counts? And he did that he did that against, it was the Warriors. He got the revenge, but he needs to be this efficient. And OKC, we already know what OKC is about. He gonna get every player on that team is a 3-and-D player, and they're good, average to above average on defense. Now, if he does what he did against the Warriors, and he does it even if they lose the series against OKC, keeps him in the game, we'll talk about him differently. So I'm excited to see that game 1. But Jordan Goodwin, I know it was cap space shit. I'm gonna go back on him because I want to end on that, because I know as much as I want to applaud Rob Pelinka for Luke Kennard, you got to give him his flowers for that trade. That was a huge trade, paid dividends. But Jordan Goodwin, when you have a player like that you discover is a gem on the margins, you have to do everything in your power to keep them. We had to give up Christie because he went in the Luka deal. You're going to always do the Luka deal. And I love Max Christie. But you had the guy in Jordan Goodwin, and he was great.
And we knew he was good too. That's the thing. Like it wasn't no like
it came down to like
you need to prove yourself. Like he was playing in big minutes. He does his job and he does it to the highest ability. There's not a lot of guys like him in the league.
And it's just an indictment when you have like, and granted, Gabe Vincent went for Luke, which was great. But when you have guys like Maxi Kleber, who I want to play in this series, I think has an advantage, but hasn't played consistent. But players like Dalton Connect selling it. Adu Thero has been injured, and like we don't know what he really is yet. And then you have Bronny, who I think is still going to be really good in year 4. But I will take Jordan Goodwin over Bronny any day of the week. Jordan Goodwin playing. He's going to be playing in this series.
Jordan Goodwin, like, you got to think about it. Like, he's better than Jake LaRavia. And I like Jake, and I rock with Jake. Like, a lot of people were on Jake's ass. Sure, he wasn't making shots. He does the other things that you need on a team. But Jordan Goodwin does it to a different level. Like, and his scoring is like still different. Like some of the shots, if you saw like in that playing game,
it was nuts.
He running out to the 3 off of offensive rebound, splashes a 3, like with confidence. Like, and he could have done that for us too, and Braun loved him. Like, dude, like everybody loved Goodwin.
Bro, he's a rebounder. He's intense on the defensive end. Like, he'll win you a game. We saw some moments from Jordan Goodwin against Minnesota. And it just really sucks that we had to pick one or the other between Marcus Smart and Jordan because the money wasn't going to work out. We didn't have enough under the cap. We had to waive him to sign Marcus Smart to open up that money. But I hope, and we're going to have more offseason conversations, all of that when this season's done. I don't want to get too far into that, but I just wish we were able to have just both on the roster. You have Marcus Smart in the starting lineup, and you got Jordan Goodwin following up behind him, bringing that same intensity. And when you stack players like that, now your rotation looks crazy.
Yeah, those are the dogs you need. Like, those are the dogs you need when you have Luka and you have the LeBron, you have the AR, and then you fill out the rest of the team with dogs and with some of them that can shoot. And Jordan Goodwin could shoot it, and he's a dog. Like, there's not a lot of guys like that in the league that can do both. You know what I mean? Like, and those are the type of players we're gonna be looking for next year. And like you know who those guys are.
Tari Eason's gonna be one of them. It's a nice little audition.
And like, if he actually gets a jumper, then it's like, okay, like you're something. Other than like, but then the Peyton Watson got a jumper. He can do a lot of different things. Like, that's another piece. The Lou Dortz. Yeah. Dylan Brooks, like people loved him, but I doubt that would happen. But like those type of guys who are like, you're dogs, but you actually can bring a scoring punch too. The Jaden McDaniels, like those type of guys, like we have to find them. We got to find the low key ones.
Yeah, and Jordan Goodwin was one of them. So I hate losing players on the margins like that. When you found the guy
Yeah.
to replace what Max Christie was doing for us, and you bring him into he's on this roster. You know, we won't have a crystal ball, like, you know, a lot of factors play a part. But if he was in this 10-man rotation, I'm more confident. And because you're giving Luka, AR, and LeBron those dogs to just follow up. But let's see what he does against OKC. I think Phoenix and OKC is going to be an interesting series too. But Laker Nation, man, I'm happy. We took care of business. We got game 1. Now the expectation, the bar went up a little bit more. We got to go get game 2. I think there's a path. There's a very possible path, even with KD back.
I mean, once Luka comes back, things get very different. That's going to be interesting when he does come back. How things, because like, what's the flow? Like the flow of things,
it changes.
But on at the same time, like on the defensive end, like he brings more on the defensive end than Luke Kennard.
Yeah.
So like now and then, as long as Luke Kennard is moving, like how he's moving in that starting lineup, you do the exact same shit off the bench. You play with that same motor, and you play with that same, I'm gonna go get a bucket. I'm gonna make a play. I'm gonna do what feels right. I'm gonna make the right play. And you're moving with that confidence. Like that's when we get scary. Like you move Luke off, like because that's like when people are like, you want AR off the bench to do that, so he maximizes his minutes with the non-Luka minutes, right? Now you have a guy on the bench that can have that same output. We've seen it on multiple occasions now. Like it's not aggressive. It's not a one-off thing. Like we're like, okay, you can hoop now, bro. Like bet. Like now you need to go do this no matter where you're slotted in the lineup. You're gonna take advantage of now, but like when you get moved back to the bench, you still need that 12 to 15. Like go try to get that and go be aggressive, go be active, go get your assists, go get your rebounds.
I trust him. On shots off the dribble. Like, yo, put him up. Put the volume up.
Pure shooter. He went into one slump this year, and then from there, he's been incredible.
He had it was like a 3-game slump.
And he knew it, too. Like, he was frustrated. He was pissed. And then from that 3-game stretch up until today, like, he's been on another planet. Like, his stock went up like crazy.
He gonna make that money. And we're gonna have to make some decisions. But hey, man, let's get game 2. Tap in with us after game 2. We're gonna go live again. We're gonna go live after every game in the playoffs. Again, if you haven't subscribed to Lakers for Lifers, subscribe. Make sure you like the video if you've been tapping in with us. We're a new channel. We're trying to get this thing off the ground. We're for fans, by fans. We're not the influencers. We're not the big podcasters, even though we watch them. I love all of them. Raj Chapalu, Jovan, Trevor. Shout out to all of them. We're just fans like y'all. We're going to be doing a lot of things with this show. And I'm going to end it with placing another spot for EasyDimes.com is coming. We're doing some testing. We're doing some beta. It's NBA intelligence that's convenient, that provides utility without the noise. We got a lot of things happening on this channel. So those that's happening with us early, there's a lot of cool things we about to do.
If you're curious, just EasyDimes.com.
EasyDimes.com. And then shoot me a message. See what it's about. We're going to have a rollout, but tap in with us. We're trying to build. And if you're all about grassroots, trying to build, into something, this is the channel for you. And we keep it real. We keep it in a fan perspective. I don't like to be PC. If the Lakers suck, we're going to talk about it. And if you don't like what we say, drop the comment. We didn't get any today, but drop those comments. And we love to engage with you all, man. No point is bad. We going to like it or hate it. Drop a comment and debate it. But thank y'all. Peace.